5 key foods to lower stroke risk for seniors over 60. Imagine this. You wake up one morning, ready to start your day, but something feels wrong. You try to get out of bed, and suddenly, one side of your body doesn't respond. You want to call for help, but your words come out slurred. This is the terrifying reality of a stroke. It strikes without warning, often leaving lifelong damage behind. And the truth is, seniors over 60 are at the highest risk. But here's something most people don't realize. Your risk of stroke isn't written in stone. In fact, the foods you eat every single day play a massive role in protecting your brain and your blood vessels. You see, a stroke usually happens because blood flow to the brain is blocked by a clot or a vessel bursts. And what causes that? Things like high blood pressure, clogged arteries, high cholesterol, diabetes, and chronic inflammation. Now here's the exciting part. Nature has already given us foods that can fight these problems head-on. Some foods thin your blood naturally, others clean your arteries, and some strengthen your heart and blood vessels. So in today's video, we're diving into 5 key foods backed by science that can lower stroke risk for seniors over 60. Stay with me until the end because food number 5 is one that most seniors ignore, yet it might be the one thing standing between you and a healthy brain. Before we get into the foods, let's understand the enemy. A stroke happens when blood supply to the brain is cut off. There are 2 main types. Ischemic stroke, caused by a clot blocking a blood vessel. This makes up about 87% of strokes. Hemorrhagic stroke, caused by a weakened vessel bursting and bleeding into the brain. For seniors, risk factors increase because blood vessels stiffen with age. They lose elasticity, making clots more likely. Cholesterol and plaque build up. Decades of eating poorly can clog arteries. High blood pressure is more common. This damages arteries and makes them prone to rupture. Diabetes risk increases. High blood sugar damages blood vessels. Lifestyle factors add up. Decades of smoking, poor diet, or lack of exercise take their toll. And here's the kicker, according to studies, up to 80% of strokes are preventable. That means it's not just about age, it's about choices. So where do foods come in? The right diet can lower blood pressure naturally, prevent clot formation, reduce cholesterol buildup, improve blood flow, protect brain cells with antioxidants. And that's exactly what the 5 foods we're about to cover can do. Food number 1. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. Why? Because they're packed with omega-3 fatty acids, a type of healthy fat your brain and heart love. Here's what omega-3s do. They reduce inflammation in blood vessels. Inflammation is what makes arteries stiff and clogged. They prevent platelets from sticking together, reducing clot risk. They lower triglycerides, a dangerous type of fat in the blood. They help keep blood pressure in check. A Harvard study found that eating fish just twice a week can cut stroke risk by up to 27%. How to add it to your diet. Aim for 2 servings of fatty fish per week. Grilled salmon with veggies. Sardines on whole grain toast. Mackerel curry with turmeric. Alternative for vegetarians. Flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, or algae oil supplements. These also provide plant-based omega-3s. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, etc. Next, let's talk about leafy greens, like spinach, kale, collard greens, and mustard greens. These are powerhouses for stroke prevention because they're rich in vitamin K, helps prevent calcium buildup in arteries. Nitrates convert into nitric oxide, which relaxes blood vessels and lowers blood pressure. Folate lowers homocysteine, a compound linked to strokes. Magnesium and potassium balance sodium and reduce hypertension. A large study published in Neurology found that people who ate leafy greens daily had a 20% lower risk of stroke. How to add them. Spinach omelette for breakfast. Kale smoothie with banana. Steamed greens as a side dish. Pollock dal or pollock paneer for dinner. Practical tip. seniors sometimes struggle with chewing raw greens, so steaming or blending them into soups and smoothies is a great option. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries. Berries aren't just delicious, they're brain protectors. Why? They're packed with antioxidants, flavonoids, and vitamin C. Benefits for stroke prevention. Reduce oxidative stress. Free radicals damage blood vessels, but berries fight them. Improve blood vessel flexibility. Flavonoids help arteries expand and contract properly. Lower blood pressure. Studies show blueberries in particular reduce hypertension. Improve memory and brain health. Antioxidants boost communication between brain cells. A Harvard Nurses' Health study followed 93,000 women for 18 years. Those who ate the most blueberries and strawberries had a 34% lower risk of stroke. Ways to enjoy. Add blueberries to oatmeal. Make a berry smoothie. Snack on strawberries with yogurt. Freeze them for a refreshing treat. Think of berries like little bodyguards for your brain. They patrol your blood vessels, repairing damage and fighting off threats before they become a stroke. Nuts and seeds. Food number 4 is nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, flax seeds, chia seeds, and sunflower seeds. These are nutrient-dense, rich in healthy fats, protein, fiber, and minerals. How they protect seniors from stroke. Magnesium relaxes blood vessels. Potassium lowers blood pressure. Fiber reduces cholesterol absorption. Healthy fats improve heart health. Vitamin E protects against oxidative damage in arteries. Studies show people who eat nuts at least 5 times a week have a 50% lower risk of stroke. Serving ideas. A handful of mixed nuts as a snack. Add flax seeds or chia seeds to smoothies. Sprinkle sunflower seeds on salads. Make almond butter on whole grain toast. Pro tip: choose unsalted, unroasted nuts. Too much sodium cancels out the benefits. Whole grains. And finally, food number 5, whole grains. Think oats, brown rice, barley, quinoa, and whole wheat. Why whole grains? Because they're rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals that directly protect your heart and brain. Benefits: lower LDL cholesterol. Fiber binds to cholesterol and removes it. Steady blood sugar. Prevents diabetes, a major stroke risk. High in B vitamins. Keep blood vessels healthy. Improve gut health, which reduces inflammation. A study in Stroke Journal found that people who ate whole grains daily had a 14% lower stroke risk. Ways to add them. Oatmeal for breakfast. Brown rice instead of white rice. Whole wheat chapati or bread. Quinoa salad. Refined grains are like cheap fuel that clogs your engine. Whole grains are premium fuel. They keep your system clean, steady, and running for years to come. So there you have it. 5 key foods that can lower stroke risk for seniors over 60. White heavy checkmark fatty fish. Omega-3s that keep blood flowing. Leafy greens. Natural blood pressure controllers. Berries. Antioxidant brain protectors. Nuts and seeds. Nutrient-packed artery cleaners. Whole grains. Fiber that keeps cholesterol in check. Remember, it's not about adding just one of these foods. It's about building them into your daily routine. Even small changes add up over time. So if you're over 60, here's your challenge. This week, swap white rice for brown rice. Add a handful of nuts to your daily snack. Try grilled salmon once for dinner. Throw spinach into your breakfast omelette. Add berries to your oatmeal. Simple, doable steps that can literally save your brain. Because here's the truth. Stroke is not an inevitable part of aging. You have more control than you think. And the fork in your hand might just be the most powerful medicine you'll ever use. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 foods do you already eat the most? And which one will you start adding to your diet from today? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone you love, because together, we can protect our brains and our futures.